Okay, in this session we will cover Python programming for fetching data from social media. Okay, and it is one of the prominent area of research and different projects that comes under big data analytics. Okay, or social mining. Clear? First of all, we will see what is meaning of big data. You might have heard about this particular word a number of times in different magazines, in different books, newspapers. Big, actually, big data is concerned with handling huge amount of information, enormous information running continuously in real time. Okay, you might have done C and C++, file handling in C and C++, in Java also. Okay, in classical way, what we do, we implement a function that is fopen. Okay, have you ever opened a file using fopen that is having size 1 GB or 1 terabyte? Or is it possible to open a complete hard disk partition? Or is can we read a remote hard disk that is having 1000 zettabytes or 1 petabyte? Okay, so this type of problem, this type of issue comes under big data analytics or big data processing. Another example, okay, um, we know about Hamming distance. Okay, if you are given two strings, 111 and 101, you have to calculate the Hamming distance between these two strings. Okay, these two bit streams. Then you can easily find out that at second place, uh, bit value is changed, so its Hamming distance is this. What will happen if you are given the task to find out the Hamming distance between two strings and size of one string is 1 yottabyte? And which technology, which programming language you will use? C will not work, C++ will not work, even Visual C++ will not work, .NET will fail. All classical programming paradigms, all classical technologies will fail. Okay, so by which technology you will evaluate, you will perform the prediction, you will perform classification, you will perform rule mining or any algorithm. Okay, another example we can take, like um, everybody of you might have executed a program of factorial in C, C++. Have you ever calculated the factorial of this particular figure? Can you calculate the factorial of this number? You have to find out the factorial of n, and value of n is this. Can you execute it in C, C++, Java, Python, or Visual C++, any technology? Definitely your IDE will crash. Why? In C, C++, this much iterations will not be allowed. Okay, if you are given the task to multiply two matrices and the size of one matrix is 1000, 1000 by 1000, dimension two matrices of size 1000 by 1000 or 1 billion by 1 billion, and then multiply two matrices, then in your classical system, whether you are using i7 or i5 or dual core, anything, you will not be able to do. Which technology will work? For this, we make use of Spark, Hadoop, or advanced Python programming. Okay, and these are best compatible for big data analytics. First of all, we will see what is meaning of big data. You can see this one is the statistics about WhatsApp. How many active users are there? You can see new users registration every day, 1 million. And this is the source, statista.com. It is one of the very good website, one of the very good genuine website for data set, for collecting data set. If you are working on a particular research work, okay, if you are working on a particular data mining approach, in that case you need a data set. So from where you will get the data set? Statista.com is one of the uh, excellent website and genuine website from where data sets can be collected for data mining. Statista.com. Even uh, if you want to work on classification or association rule mining or clustering, and that should be applied on all Aadhaar cards in India. So from where you will get the Aadhaar card information of throughout India or a particular state? There is another website, that is data.gov.in. This website is launched by Government of India, and it is having research based data sets. You can download data sets of Aadhaar cards, education system. You can get detailed data set of subsidies, LPG subsidies, in which particular state, in which district, how many persons are have applied for leaving subsidy, or which income group is leaving subsidy. So you can work on all these data sets. Okay, you can see this is your statistical portal. iPhone. You want to check the records of iPhone. You can see sales market share of iPhone in Germany from 2012 to 2015. So you should work on these data sets. Even if you are doing that, if you are even if you are developing a project in C, C++, but your database should be live. Your database should be real time or real life. This is real life data set rather than dummy data set. In classical way, what we do, suppose a particular researcher is doing is has developed a very good algorithm for clustering, okay, or very good algorithm for association rule mining, but that researcher is applying data mining algorithm or association rule mining algorithm on dummy data set, which is created by created at their own level. Okay, you should apply your algorithm on real data set. Similarly, you can check WhatsApp, number of monthly active users from 2013 to 16. It will have, you can see this, and file can be downloaded in Excel format, XML format, PNG format, and at backend you can use these files, and your algorithm should work on these data sets. This is data.gov.in. You can see complete information of different data sets, schooling facilities in rural areas. You need Aadhaar card, and these are genuine data sets. Aadhaar generated by gender age in CSV format. District wise daily details on Aadhaar generated. So if you are developing a project in file handling, so your file should be live. Your backend file should be actual file. This, and plot your results on these data sets. You can see now how many times it is downloaded, 6,253 times. There is another website to have different data sets, that is internetlivestats.com. This website is having a real time data set from different portals. You can see emails sent today. Now if you are given the task to map your C++ code or Java code with this particular figure, is it possible? Or if you are given the task to attach your code with this particular with these tweets, and then to find predictions of next 10 days, first of all you will not be able to capture this value, which is instantly updating in milliseconds, in microseconds. So by which technology we can capture this data? In similar way, in similar aspects, YouTube data or YouTube views are increasing. If there is a particular YouTube video of any movie or any particular news, and you are given the task to predict its views after 5 hours, then is it possible to predict the YouTube views for next 5 hours? It is possible only if you are having last 10 sequences of data. If you are having last 100 sequences of data, if I tell you, okay, YouTube views of this particular movie is now 500, now predict after 10 hours, you will not be able to do it. But if I give you data, okay, at 5 a.m. it was 100, at 5:20 a.m. it was 102, at 7:30 a.m. it was 200. In sequence data, in sequence, if I give you 10 numbers, in that case you will be able to predict. By which method? Using time series method in mathematics, time series method in statistics. You might have heard about it. In Excel also. In Excel you can plot a graph, you can plot a curve, and that curve can be predicted to next 5 sequences. Okay, now we will see how it works, or by which way we can implement it using Python programming. So you can see YouTube videos views today. So this is the website. Now we are directly coming to Python programming. So Python can be installed from python.org. It is free and open source programming language and very effective programming language as compared to other programming languages like Java, and it is having inbuilt feature of socket programming as we do in Java. Okay, and one additional power in Python is it is very much compatible with social media. You can attach Python code with YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Even with WhatsApp, you can attach it, and anybody's private messages you can see and you can extract using forensic code of Python, using APIs of Python. Okay, but I will show you some demonstrations of fetching live data from Twitter, fetching live data from YouTube, and then sentiment analysis. Okay. So there are two ways of working with Python. One is on GUI of Python, and the name of Python GUI is IDLE, idle. So if you write IDLE, in that case, Python, this is your Python IDLE. Okay, and other instance with command prompt. But the effective way is to work with the command prompt of Python. This is your command line interface. Okay, and I have copied some scripts of Python, including fetching live data from Twitter. So this is the script of Python, and it is very much similar to Java. First of all, we import some packages. Import TVP. TVP is the interface, or TVP is API that act as an intermediate between Twitter and Python. So TWI stands for Twitter and PY for Python. So first of all, we import the packages from TWP import stream, and after that we have to specify the secret keys. Okay, so these are the keys. From where we can get the keys? To get the live keys, we move to Twitter developer account. Simply apps.twitter.com. Okay, we simply go to apps.twitter.com and you sign in with your classical Twitter account. There is no need to create a special developer account. A classical Twitter account is sufficient. Now you can see there are a number of apps. Now what we do, simply create a new app. It doesn't mean that we are doing some programming here. Simply specify the app name. Okay, it will generate secret keys, and all those keys will be specified in Python code. Why? Because this particular app will act as a channel. Using this particular app, Twitter will know what you are searching, what you are fetching from real world. Okay, now anything we can specify. NITTR CHT .ac.in, and simply you can see we are not doing any programming here. Simply specify some parameters that it is asking. We can take another name. Now you can see this app is created, and now we will go to keys and access tokens. Simply copy these keys to your Python code. Okay, and close it. There is no need to work on Twitter developer account. After that, we simply copy those keys and mention here at this location: consumer key, consumer secret, access token, access secret. Okay, and after that we specify the keyword which we want to extract. Now first of all, I will open this file in Notepad so that I can change the keyword. Open. Okay, now I want to check, I want to see who is discussing about this word throughout the world. Or we can write it this Modi, anything we can specify. And this is the way the investigating authorities find out the location of different persons, celebrities, or any particular object. If you want to check who is discussing about a particular word, then after extraction of tweets, we will see which particular handset is used, which username is discussing about this word, when that particular username was created, what is the time zone, and what is location of that particular handset right now when this word is being discussed. If I want to see this Vijay Mallya, then we can check. Then in real time we will have information who is discussing about this, even if this person about himself. Okay. Now we will run this code as we run other programs, Python space twi.py, and you will see the output. Output will be generated in a JSON file format, JSON, JavaScript object notation. And then what we will do, we parse JSON to XML or JSON to XLS or CSV, to any other readable format. We can extract it, we can transform it. Now it is taking some time. It will fetch tweets, it will find out who is discussing about this particular word and from which particular location. Now you can see these are the live tweets, and it will go on till we generate the interrupt. Now you can see it is not readable. There are number of codes available, profile. Even we can check the background color, profile image of the person who is discussing about this particular word, and which particular handset is used, whether iPhone or Android or any other. So this is known as live streaming data, and these are the scripts which different news channels use. You can see Vijay Mallya taking tips from a poor farmer of Barabanki in order to save tax by opening offshore farms. And you can see friends count. How many friends count are associated with this particular profile? And we can again try this. How many times it was retweeted? Now again, Python space twi.py. Okay, now what we will do, we will save this output in a text file. Okay, we will redirect the output in a text file, and that text file will be passed to XML or XSL format. Now we will do it. By which way we can put redirection like this and malia.txt. Anything we can specify. Now nothing will be displayed on screen. A new file will be created with malia.txt in same folder. Now we will see whether it is created or not. You can see this file is created automatically at 5:12 o'clock. Okay, after 3-4 minutes we will stop it, we will create the interrupt, and then we will check what is inside this particular file. In similar way, the reviews or popularity of movie is measured. Okay, who is discussing about that particular movie in positive way, who is discussing about that particular movie in negative way. Okay, how much popularity is there, who may be the winning candidate in this particular constituency. We say that this person is famous on Twitter, this person is famous on Facebook. So it doesn't mean that we have to sit 24 hours a day on Facebook and Twitter. There is no need. Simply apply APIs. It will extract data in real time and then implement algorithms. Now I'm generating the interrupt so that we can check what is saved in that particular file. Okay, now you can see we again taken a time. Transformed or passed to a readable format. So simply paste here and automatically it will generate data in tabular format, and that particular data will show each and everything. Now you can see th- these are the tweets that we have just extracted from Twitter. Created at when this tweet is created, ID, okay, Twitter for Android, Twitter for iPhone, which particular platform is used. What is the text? This is the text. So we should be very much careful while sending, while messaging anything on social media, because nothing is private. Even if we are in private mode, even if we enforce the securities in our mobile handsets, even then APIs, using APIs, any programmer can fetch your private data. Okay, on from Instagram, from Facebook, from WhatsApp, any good programmer can fetch your private information that you are transmitting to anybody, whether it is your bank account number or your PIN, your debit card information, anything. Okay, so we should be very much careful. So you can see, you can imagine if I write in this script debit card or ATM or bank account or password, in that case, all those persons who are discussing about their bank accounts will be fetched out, isn't it? Whosoever is discussing about their bank account, we can easily fetch. We can easily fetch, and we can check what is their username, what is their password, and you can see there is no encryption. In plain text, each and everything is coming. So you can see these are the messages, and these are simple plain messages. Now you can see what is the username. Akshay, Malpani, Sidhu, all these usernames are there. What is this user screen name, which screen name they are using? Generally screen names are different and some ridiculous names, even then, even that is also disclosed here. Okay, user location Mumbai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai. Okay, user URL, user description, it means your profile status, that you, sometimes we write some jokes, or sometimes we write something very something casual in our profile status. Okay, and you can see user followers count, users friends count, user status, user created at, even when this username was created, it is also disclosed here in 2011 at this particular time. So movie reviews can be checked. If a movie is released or going to be released, and there are billions of positive reviews, and most of the reviews, most of the users are created in last 10 days or 20 days, it means all those reviews are manipulated or biased. It means that particular producer director has hired a particular company to create n number of user accounts on Twitter and send positive reviews to create a hype about that particular movie, that this movie is very good. Suppose I have, suppose a particular director is going to launch a particular movie, and obviously until and unless the hype is created in market or media, okay, that movie will not be popular. So what they do, they hire different agencies, different internet marketing agencies, different companies, and those companies create n number of Twitter accounts, and from those Twitter accounts throughout the world, they send messages. Okay, I have seen this movie reviews, very excellent movie, very good work done by the persons, all these things. So, but we can check the authenticity of all those reviews from this parameter when that user was created. If most of the users were created in last 10 days or last 5 months or last 2 months, it means we can simply consider all those reviews as noisy data. Noisy data means unwanted data. Okay, you can see user time zone, profile background color, it is also disclosed, which theme you use in your profile. So nothing is private, each and everything is public in nature. You can see how many attributes are, how many fields are there. Retweeted status, whether it is a tweet or retweet. And this is the technology, this is the algorithmic approach by which different criminals are traced, by which it is extracted that this particular criminal is at that particular location, in that particular house, at this particular address. Even if even though they are not able to arrest, but they know very pinpoint location, that this is the exact location, but we can't do anything because there is no extradition treaty of countries in handing over the terrorists. Okay, but all these information can be shown to UNO as a proof. Okay, so similar type of scripts are used to check the fame of celebrities, whether it is Barack Obama or Narendra Modi or any Bollywood or Hollywood celebrity, anything. Who is discussing? So by which way we can check that different celebrities are this celebrity is more famous than that celebrity? Actually, these are the texts. What we do in programming, you might have heard or you might have done a particular subject, that is compiler design or compiler construction, or not specifically compiler construction, you might have done system programming. In system programming, there is a particular phase that is known as lexical analysis. In lexical analysis, we break down the sentence, we break down the syntax into smallest unit. Suppose A is equal to B plus C, A equal to B plus C. All these are fragmented to individual units. And then we generate a parse tree. And after generation of parse tree, we check whether this particular tree or whether this particular flow is genuine or not, or what can be the output of this particular instruction. Okay, similar technology, similar paradigm is followed here. Suppose I have written about a particular movie, that this movie is very good but tiring in nature. I felt tired. This movie is very good but very lengthy and tiring. Okay, my sentence is broken down to different units, that is known as token. Okay, this movie is, okay, this no weight movie, no weight is no weight. Tiring is a negative value, good is a positive value. Good means plus one, tiring minus one. It means weight is assigned to each and every word which is having some weight. In English, we study about verb, adverb, and some particular objects which show some properties. Okay, property means cold, good, bad, or tiring. So all these words are matched with a particular tweet, and then weight is assigned. And suppose I have 1,000 tweets about particular movies. On an average, in every tweet there are 6 words. Okay, 6 words means 1,000 tweets, 6 words, 6,000 words are there. Out of 6,000 words, 1,000 words are do not have any weight, but 5,000 words are having some weight. Then we calculate the cumulative score of all those values, and then we check what is the final output. And by which way we can perform it, we can do it. There is a particular library that is known as NLP, Stanford. We implement Stanford NLP library with Python code for semantic analysis, syntactic as well as semantic analysis. Sentiment analysis. And there is live demo available in this particular site, and it can be implemented with our code of Java or Python. Okay, for demo, suppose this movie is very good, but tiring and very lengthy. Still, it is good for learning. Okay, suppose this is my tweet. Now I want to check its sentiment score. Well, what is meaning of this sentence? Whether it is positive or negative or neutral. So what will be there? Good means plus one. Tiring means minus one. Plus one minus one is zero. It is neutralized. Lengthy is minus one. Good plus one. Learning plus one. So overall score is plus one. But as we are, but at present we are calculating for only one tweet. But if you are giving, if you are given tweets of 1 terabyte or tweets of 1 petabyte, in that case, individual calculation will take a huge amount of time. Okay, in that scenario, we need some APIs so that automatically 1 terabyte file is read and calculated the overall score. Now we submit. So these types of graphs are created as you study in compiler design. Suppose this is the tweet. President this visited this. So this is date. This is time. Okay. So these dependencies are created, and then final score is evaluated. And this is the library core NLP, which is integrated. This server is currently down. Sentiment analysis of NLP. We can check another if available. Okay, this is another platform. Analyze. Now you can see this text is positive, POS. It is showing POS positive. Neutral 0.2, polar 0.8, negative 0.7. Overall is positive. Now we write something. Okay, Vijay Malia is very good businessman, but not in managing the debts. He finally made the fraud. Okay. Okay. So this is the tweet. This is only one tweet. Now I want to check what is the score of this particular tweet. Text is positive. Very good means good is plus one. If we specify very, it means exponentially good. Two times. Okay. Not very effective. Now you can see the limitations. At this instance, we are saying that it is not effective, but it is taking very effective plus two and not minus one. It means still it is plus one. So you can develop an effective algorithm to find out the limitations to project a very good sentiment score. If we clearly says about a particular thing, this movie is very good, positive. Why? Because it is taking all these two parameters. Prime Minister of India is always roaming. It is neither positive nor negative, so it is neutral. But good in administration. So these APIs can be embedded in your Python code. Still neutral. So when you develop a project, whether it is minor project or major project, so these types of technology should be adopted, so that you can have a real feeling of output, real feeling of prediction, by which way news channels works. In general aspects, we uh, consider all these things as hype, that they are showing that this particular movie will have this much business, how they are doing. So these are the scripts. These are very simple scripts, and you can see the lines of code. Only 20 to 30 lines of code is there. You can see this is the code and finish. Only maximum 20 lines of code, and you can fetch anything from Twitter. If I write here ATM pin or credit card, then whosoever is discussing about their credit card or anybody else credit card will be fetched out from Twitter, and we can check in plain text what is the credential if they are discussing about the credentials. So you can see the sensitivity or privacy issue in social media. So this is the library, core NLP library is there. You can download it and attach with your Java code. So automatically, when you will execute your Java code from Eclipse or NetBeans, you can easily extract live tweets in a separate Excel sheet or Notepad file, and on that particular Notepad file, you can apply third-party plotting tools. In Java, there is a particular tool that is known as JFreeChart. Have you worked on that? JFreeChart. Using JFreeChart, you can input your data dynamically and it will plot your graphs. Now I'm showing you. So you can develop a very uh, effective corporate application for sentiment analysis. From one way, you can fetch the tweets. At second layer, you can find out the sentiment score. At third layer, you can plot the graphs. JFree chart. Okay, it is also free and open source. Source code is given. Simply put your code, and automatically you can see JFree chart is 100% free Java plotting library. So such types of graphs can be easily plotted without any specialized programming. Why? Because they are providing you developer interface. Developer guide is there. API docs. You can see these samples like this. This type of graph will be created automatically. So you should be very much comfortable in integrating different APIs for effective plotting and predictions. In this is one of the very good website, tutorials point, you might be knowing about it. In this, there are a number of samples of JFree chart. Suppose you want to create a line chart, and this is your data set. Okay, This is your data set, and this data set is can be about your sentiment score. Okay, and using this coding, this graph will be generated. So you should be able to integrate different libraries, different APIs, and then a full-fledged application, full-fledged real-time project will be there. And obviously, you will have interest in working in that particular project rather than library management system, fee management system. There are thousands of products available on internet on all these technologies, but you can go for innovations, innovative ideas. Okay, uh, like one student can work on Instagram, another student can work on Facebook, third on Twitter, and finally fourth student can work on comparative analysis of the work done by three, like this. So it will be a teamwork as well as individual learning. And if you are comfortable in such type of programming, nobody can stop you in placement, because in live industry also they work on APIs. Okay, they never work on hardcore coding. If you are given the task for sentiment analysis, and if you take around 10 days in that particular coding, then in that case you will not survive in industry. By any API, if you are able to perform that thing in 2 hours or 3 hours, and using these APIs you can do in 2 hours or 3 hours, in that case you will survive a long in industry. Okay, why? Because today's work is the smart works time rather than hard work. Okay, hard work in learning, smart work in implementing. You can you can implement, you can work hard at your home, but in industry, in company, you must work hard to survive. Okay, so this is the scenario. That's why the RAD frameworks are in picture nowadays. RAD means rapid application development frameworks. Everything is given you in drag and drop, but you should be able to work on that drag and drop. And you will be comfortable in drag and drop if you know the backend logic. Any questions so far? Is it clear? How much difficult it is, what we are showing at present? How much it is looking difficult and complex or impossible? Is it looking something that is very much impossible, that is very much difficult? Lines of code is very less. Logic is the same. Whether you generate a Fibonacci series or matrix multiplication or such type of task. Uh, However, those tasks will take more time in generating stars and number of stars in different designs. I think you might have done all the programs, rectangular stars and some all those things. So these are very good in logic building, but business logic, as this particular thing we are currently discussing, this is concerned with your business logic. Okay, mathematical foundation, it is concerned with your mathematical foundation. इस तरह से सर इंफॉर्मेशन पैक करना मतलब लीगली होगा? हाँ, लीगली दिस इज वैलिड, आप कर सकते हो। इसीलिए एपीआई रिलीज किए हैं। अगर अगर ये लीगल ना होता तो इसकी एपीआई होती है ना अवेलेबल, ये नेट पर इजीली अवेलेबल है। जिट हब जो है आपका, दैट इज वेरी ग्रेट प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर डेटा सेट्स, प्रोग्रामिंग सोर्स कोड, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग। इवन ये जो इस तरह के जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं ये वहां पर अवेलेबल भी हैं। वो बात अलग है कि वो उसमें आपको थोड़ा सा करेक्शन करनी पड़ेंगे, थोड़ा सा चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे, बट आफ्टर फ्यू मॉडिफिकेशंस यू कैन एग्जीक्यूट। एक बार आप इस पे करके देखना, सिस्टम्स पे एक बार आप जो ये प्रोग्राम रन करके देखो, फिर मैं चेक करता हूँ कि क्या आपको इशू आता है इसमें। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इंस्टॉल पाइथन एंड देन रन बेसिक प्रोग्राम्स, बेसिक ट्विटर फैचिंग और सोशल मीडिया फैचिंग। ओके,
जब हम पाइथन प्रोग्राम रन करते हैं
हाँ जी,
जो एपीआई आपने रन किया ना सर, मतलब सिंपली एपीआई
हाँ हाँ, सिंपली आपने बस रन करना है। मैं आपको कोड दिखा देता हूँ इसको। आई एम शोइंग यू द कोड एंड देन यू कैन ट्राई।
ये एपीआई जो आपने रन किया सर वो